How can you get animation industry experience remotely? It's a particularly relevant question given the rise of remote working, social distancing and various states of lockdown around the globe, all thanks to the current pandemic. In this video, I'm going to share 10 tips on how you can attempt to find that highly sought after industry experience and build up a career in the beautiful world of animation production. Most, if not all of these tips will be helpful in the future as well, when the world hopefully stumbles back into some semblance of normality. But right now, studios are harder to reach, most staff are working remotely, work experience and runner positions are all but non-existent, and even the lowest of junior positions are going to designers and animators with 2 or 3 or more years of experience. On the plus side, most areas of the industry are still expanding. Studios are by and large working remotely, so you now have a global market of studios, big and small, to try and get your industry experience from. I've mentioned it before, but it's that age-old thing of you can't get the jobs without the industry experience, and you can't get the experience without the job. And yes, I get it, it's incredibly, incredibly frustrating. So if you're studying, fresh out of uni, or have recently finished some esteemed online course on animation production, or you're self-taught and looking to get your first steps working in the industry, these 10 tips should hopefully be of some help. Before we dive in, a quick bit of background. My name is John Draper and I head up a small, cool creative animation studio in the UK called StartAStudio, which I founded back in 2014 after working in the industry for over 10 years. We also run StartAStudio.com, a new site dedicated to helping animators grow their careers and launch their own viable studios. If that sounds like the sort of stuff you're into, please press subscribe, like, press the bell, and leave a comment with any animation career questions or simply to say hi. There's also a free StartAStudio community, which I'll chuck a link to in the video description below. Now on with the video. 10 top tips to gain animation industry experience. Number 1, be evil and get rid of your old substandard work. Working as an animator, like most creative disciplines, means you'll inevitably improve over time, forever, like you'll never stop learning. You'll develop a better eye for composition, be aware of design trends, improve as an illustrator, designer, rigger, editor, and of course, animator. We all learn broader skill sets and improve our core skills. So with that in mind, make sure you review your animation reel or website examples pretty regularly. Don't be afraid to be ruthless and get rid of those old student projects that you used to love, but now realize they don't look as polished as your more recent work. I'd personally rather see 1 or 2 great bits of work than a reel with 50% of lackluster work. Number 2, keep communication concise. I'm afraid that I, like many studio owners, really don't care too much about your CV, the courses you've taken, or what degree grade you have. What I do care about is seeing your work in the easiest possible way. So send a short email or message on a social media platform briefly introducing yourself. Then share a link to your animation reel. Whether that's on your website, a Behance page, or a Vimeo link, that's all fine. Chances are that those working in any size studio, big and small, are busy doing 1,000 other things, so don't always expect a reply. If someone likes your work, they'll most likely just save your email and get in touch if they remember you in the next few months. Or you'll time it just right and they'll contact you that same day about some last-minute work. Number 3, persistence. Studios get inundated every day with animation CVs and emails from a wide range of talented individuals scattered around the world. So if there are some studios you'd love to work for and you really think you have what they might be looking for, contact them semi-regularly, once every 2 months, just to keep yourself front of mind. Just a short polite reminder, quick recap of your skill set, location, cost, and perhaps a link to some new stellar piece of work you've recently completed. Number 4, what skills are in demand? Keep an eye on job posts across different sites and see if there are a lot of roles outside of your own skill set cropping up. If up to now you've specialised in one area of animation, for example 3D character animation, but you see a big jump in demand for 2D motion graphics, 3D modelling, UI animation, stop motion, visual effects, then dedicate some free time and try and brush up your skill set and produce a couple of pieces of work. Whether that's working on your own through free tutorials on YouTube, or if you can afford it, investing in a short online course. Just further your skills. Also, if you're familiar with the same software a studio is using, you're of course going to be more likely to get that first break as well. So research what a studio's go-to software is and get to grips with that program. Number 5, become a remote runner. If everyone at a studio is used to working in-house but is now working remotely, think about what they're missing. What jobs can you provide that will get you in the virtual door? Jobs that they might have given to a runner or someone on work experience in the past and they haven't got that role available. Consider offering a really low introductory day rate or a trial period and say you're happy to be on hand for 8 hours a day. communicating on Slack or their preferred platform, and willing to do any short design work for anyone on their team. Or you'll happily conduct any online research, take stuff to the post office, put old studio kit on eBay, deliver coffee to remote staff, make fun social media ideas for them to consider. You get the idea. Getting in the door is half the challenge. You can then do your best to show off your skills and your lovable personality. Number 6, work ethic. Be proud and show off your incredible work ethic, your passion. So be open and honest. If you're producing work in your spare time, let people know. I'd be just as impressed, if not more, by someone who in their spare time was producing new illustration or animated content, taking life drawing classes to improve their character illustration skills, or learning to code late at night, compared to someone just sharing high-end brand videos they'd had a small hand in at an established studio. Number 7, no luck with studios? Consider contacting successful freelancers. A freelancer with 3 to 10 years experience may have more work offers than they know what to do with, so track down some in-demand freelancers. Search Google for their websites, look on sites like Behance, LinkedIn, Instagram and Twitter using relevant hashtags to help whittle down the results to the areas of animation you're interested in. Then politely get in touch with them, and if they like what they see, they may recommend you to people they can't or don't want to work with due to workload or budget, or if they're thinking of building a studio of their own and growing a small team, they might bring you on to help with their initial workload, which could be an exciting endeavour for you as well, being there at the dawn of a new, cool, creative studio. Number 8, get some critique. If you're not sure what's letting you down in your animation reel, your illustration work, website design, or your outreach emails, then try and get some honest feedback. Not from your closest friends and family. Share your work publicly. Post it on Reddit, Instagram, Twitter. Send links to your course peers or your old tutors and ask for some cutting critique. Request that they rip it to shreds, no holes barred, and tell you as many things that are wrong as possible. If you'd like some honest critique and don't mind me sharing it in a future video, by all means leave a comment below with a link to your reel and let me know you want a reel critique on YouTube. I'll then select a few and do some reel review videos online, which will hopefully help you and others. Number 9, be digitally social. Make sure you're active on at least one social media platform. While some may make more sense than another, as long as you're active and sharing your work and letting people know that you're an animator, a designer, looking for experience, it will pay off. Just post regularly and include the word motion, animation or animator somewhere in the text pretty regularly. At some point, someone out in the ether will have that subject of business promotion, video production or animation come up in conversation, and that someone will remember your cool piece of work, your name, and recommend that someone gets in contact with you, or they'll get in contact themselves. Number 10, check out the budget freelancer job postings. Producing work without a brief, deadline or financial reward to improve your reel can be a bit taxing, and you might need a little kick provided with a real project. The easiest way to do this is to check out the various freelancer job websites and pitch for some of the poor paying gigs. As much as I hate competing on price, this is the one instance where it can make sense. Build up a profile on one or more of the sites with what work you have and pitch for some low cost work, with an aim being to improve your work and eventually up your rate. It'll give you some industry experience and more content for your portfolio, increasing your chance of being picked up by a studio later on. Of course, even at the lowest end, these sites are competitive. So again, persistence is needed and only show the best examples of work you have. Plus, ideally being one of the first to respond to a job listing is going to massively increase your chance of getting that first gig and building up a good rating on the platform. So check out Fiverr, People Per Hour, Upwork, Freelancer.com and other similar platforms. If freelancing like this works well for you and your reel is looking pretty good, you might consider checking out Vidsy, which has short social media projects ranging from £350 to £800. Whilst the budgets don't seem too great for the required work, they could get you in the door with some cool clients. Another site for more seasoned animators looking to find some big brand clients and bigger budgets would be Genero.com. Number 11, a bonus tip, just keep searching. Religiously check a set of sites for animation job postings each morning. So get up at 6 AM, have a coffee or whatever floats your boat, and start browsing your go-to sites. Check out LinkedIn and search for people using the words animator or animator recommendation. Look at Reddit and check out the design jobs and animation careers subs. There are various animation job pages on Facebook. Also, Mandy.com can be worth checking. Plus, there's a lot of great, often higher end studio animation jobs posted at animatedjobs.com. There are no doubt more sites you can check, but hopefully that gives you a good start. If you have any tips of your own, please share them in the comments below, and I'd love to see any links to any reels for critique or any questions about the business of animation. And that's it. But before you go and get distracted by another cool YouTube video, please press subscribe, like, and the bell, plus check out what we're up to over at StartAStudio.com. Thanks very much for watching. Good luck with your animation careers. Have an awesome day. Cheers.